It was the middle of winter, and the lights in our house were off again. The electricity bill had not been paid. The fridge was empty except for half a loaf of bread and a bottle of water. I wrapped my daughter in a blanket and told her a story so she would forget that we were hungry. When Daniel came home, I asked him softly, "Did you get paid this week?" He sighed, threw his jacket on the chair, and said, "No, not yet. Work is slow. We have nothing left." I believed him because I wanted to. He looked tired and honest. But something felt strange. Even on those broke days, he still smoked his favorite cigarettes. He still had a new shirt last week. Where did the money come from? That night I lay in the dark beside him, listening to his slow breathing. My stomach hurt from hunger, but my heart hurt more. I whispered to myself, "We are poor together, or maybe I am the only poor one here." That was the night the first seed of suspicion was planted, the night I began to wonder what my husband was really hiding. The next few weeks were the same. No electricity, no proper meals, no new clothes for our daughter. Daniel kept saying, "I'm trying, I promise. Things will get better." But I started noticing small things. He always had cigarettes in his pocket. He stopped wearing his old shoes and came home one day with a new pair. When I asked, he said, "My friend gave them to me." I smiled, but inside I didn't believe it. One evening, I needed a few coins to buy milk. I opened his wallet while he was in the shower. There were several notes inside, more than enough for groceries. My hands froze. Why did he say he had no money? Later, I asked carefully, "Daniel, can you give me a little for the bills?" He frowned. "I told you, I don't have anything right now." I wanted to ask again, but fear stopped me. I didn't want another fight. That night, I sat near the window, thinking about every lie he might have told me. My mind refused to rest. If he can lie about money, I thought, what else is he hiding from me? The doubt that began as a whisper had now grown into a voice I could no longer ignore. One afternoon, Daniel went out to buy groceries. I decided to wash his jacket because it smelled of smoke and rain. When I reached into the pocket to check for coins or receipts, my fingers touched something thick. I pulled it out, a white envelope from a bank I didn't recognize. For a moment, I thought it was junk mail. But when I opened it, my heart stopped. It was a bank statement. The account was in Daniel's name only. And the balance. I blinked twice to be sure. There was more than $50,000 inside. My hands began to shake. 50,000. Enough to pay all our bills, fix the house, buy food for months. And yet, last night we had eaten only dry bread. I sat on the edge of the bed, staring at the paper. I couldn't breathe. My husband had lied not once, but every single day. Why did he let our child sleep hungry when he had money hidden away? When Daniel came home, I hid the envelope under the mattress. I smiled at him like nothing was wrong. But inside me, something had already broken. The trust one built for 10 years had started to collapse, just like the unpaid walls around us. That evening, Daniel came home humming a song. He looked relaxed, as if the world was perfect. I watched him quietly while he ate the last piece of bread on the table. My heart was beating fast. The bank envelope was hidden beneath the mattress, but its weight felt heavy in my mind. After dinner, I said calmly, "Daniel, can we talk?" He nodded, still scrolling through his phone. I took a deep breath and said, "I found something today. A letter." From the bank. His hand froze. Slowly, he put the phone down. What bank? He asked, his voice suddenly sharp. The one that says you have more than $50,000, I whispered. The one you never told me about. Color drained from his face. He stood up. You shouldn't have touched my things, he said. So it's true? I asked. While our child sleeps hungry, you hide money in a secret account. He rubbed his forehead. It's not what you think. I was saving for us, for the future. I didn't want you to waste it. For the future. I shouted. We don't even have food for today. He tried to hold my arm, but I stepped back. My eyes were full of tears, my voice shaking. You lied to me, Daniel. You watched us suffer while you saved your secret fortune. He said nothing. The silence between us was louder than any scream. That night, I knew our marriage had changed forever. That night, the house filled with voices, loud, painful, breaking the silence that had lived between us for weeks. How could you, Daniel? I shouted. You let our daughter go to bed hungry while you built your secret fortune. He slammed his hand on the table. You don't understand, Clara. Then make me understand. I cried. Where did all that money come from? Why hide it from me? He looked away. Because you never stop worrying, he said. You panic about everything. I wanted to handle things myself. Handle? I repeated. By lying. By letting your family starve. His face turned red. I did it for us. For us. I whispered bitterly. No, Daniel. You did it for yourself. You didn't want a wife, you wanted control. He stood there breathing heavily, his fists clenched, eyes full of anger and guilt. For a moment, I thought he might say something honest, something that would make it right. But he didn't. Instead, he grabbed his jacket, opened the door, and walked out into the cold night. The sound of the door closing felt like a knife in my chest. I fell to the floor and cried until there were no tears left. The secret bank account wasn't just about money anymore, it was proof that love without honesty is only an illusion. Daniel didn't come home that night. Or the next. For 2 days, I sat in silence, watching the empty chair across the table. Our daughter kept asking, "Where's Daddy?" and I didn't know what to say. On the 3rd day, I heard a knock at the door. It wasn't Daniel, it was his sister, Emily. Her eyes were swollen from crying. She looked nervous as she handed me a small brown envelope. Inside was a letter written in Daniel's handwriting. Clara, it began, I know you hate me right now. I didn't tell you everything because I was ashamed. My brother Mark has cancer. He can't work. I've been sending him money every month for his treatment. I didn't want to worry you or make you feel guilty. I created that account to hide it. Please understand, I never wanted to hurt you. I sat down, staring at the paper. My chest felt heavy, my mind confused. Part of me felt relief, he wasn't a thief or gambler. But another part still hurt. He had lied. He had watched me suffer without trust. I folded the letter carefully and held it to my chest. I whispered, "You could have told me, Daniel. I would have helped you." Even good secrets, I realized, can still break hearts. Daniel came home the next evening. He looked exhausted, older than before. The moment I saw him, I wanted to scream, to ask why he thought lies could protect love. But when I looked into his eyes, I saw only regret. He sat down quietly, holding the letter I had already read. "You know everything now," he said softly. "I should have told you. I didn't want to see you panic or cry. I thought I could handle it alone." I nodded slowly. "And while you were handling it alone," I said, "I was begging for milk for our child." Tears rolled down his face. "I'm sorry, Clara. I've closed that account. I'll never hide anything from you again. I promise." I wanted to believe him. My heart still loved him, but my trust was wounded, fragile like glass after a crack. "I don't care about money," I whispered. "We could have faced everything together. But you chose secrets over honesty." He took my hand, trembling. "Can you forgive me?" I looked at our daughter playing quietly in the corner. I thought about what kind of love she would learn from us, fear or truth. "I'll try," I said at last. "But remember, Daniel, poverty doesn't destroy families, secrets do." He nodded silently. The room was quiet again, but not empty. Between the silence and the pain, a small piece of hope remained, fragile, but real. If you liked this story, please like, share, and subscribe.